Alright, guys, brace yourselves because today, we're diving into something huge. If you've been following the tech world, you already know that the iPhone 16 Pro Max just dropped, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. I've been eagerly anticipating this moment, and it's finally here. I've got the brand new iPhone 16 Pro Max in my hands, and we're going to unbox it together. But here's the twist. I've got some surprising first impressions, crazy new features, and a few hidden gems about this device that you won't hear in typical reviews. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So, buckle up because we're about to explore every single detail about the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I'm going to share my honest thoughts on whether it's really worth the upgrade. Let's get into it. Here it is, the iPhone 16 Pro Max box, sleek and ready for unboxing. But before we dive into all the shiny new features, let's take a moment to appreciate the design of this box. Apple always does an amazing job with their packaging, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max is no exception. This box feels premium right from the start. It's minimalist, with the iconic Apple logo on the front, and the usual iPhone branding. Let's see what's inside, shall we? Unboxing the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Alright, let's lift the lid for the big reveal. Here it is, guys, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The first thing I notice is how sleek and smooth this phone feels. The build quality is top-notch as expected. The weight feels just right, not too heavy, but definitely solid. The polished stainless steel frame really catches the light, and I'm already loving the new colors they've introduced. But we'll talk more about that later. Let's see what else comes in the box. We have the usual, Apple's signature Lightning to USB-C cable, and yes, no charging brick. I know, Apple's been doing this for a while now, and it's no surprise. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this? Does it bother you? Or is it just the new norm? There's also the usual paperwork and the SIM card ejector tool tucked away. Nothing too exciting there, but I always like to see if they throw in anything new or different. And nope, it's all the standard stuff. First impressions, design and display. Alright, now let's take a good look at the iPhone 16 Pro Max. First thing I can tell you, the design is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, wow. The back is a frosted glass finish, which gives it this elegant matte look. It feels so smooth, but also grippy, so it's not slipping out of your hands. And guys, the camera module, it's huge. We're talking some serious lens power. Speaking of lenses, the iPhone 16 Pro Max has a new triple camera setup. The ultra-wide, wide, and telephoto lenses have been upgraded. Apple claims they're even better in low light, and the zoom capabilities are next level. But we'll dive into that in a bit more detail when we test it out. Now, let's talk about the screen. The 6.7-inch Super Retina XDR display is absolutely stunning. You can already tell that the colors pop off the screen, the contrast is sharp, and it's just gorgeous to look at. I can't wait to test it out with some movies and games to really see how it holds up. First boot up and set up. Alright, time to power this bad boy up. First boot is always such an exciting moment, and I'm curious to see how quick the iPhone 16 Pro Max is out of the box. Here we go, Apple logo, nice and bright. The startup process is as smooth as you'd expect. Let's walk through the setup, connect to Wi-Fi, and get this phone ready to rock. Oh, and I've noticed that the Face ID is way faster now. It's unlocking almost instantly. Apple says the true depth camera has been improved, so let's see if it lives up to the hype in real-world use. Performance and speed. Now, let's talk about the real meat and potatoes, performance. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by the new A18 Bionic chip. And let me tell you, this thing is fast. Apple's claimed improvements in speed and efficiency, and just from the initial experience, I can already tell the difference. Apps launch instantly, scrolling feels buttery smooth, and multitasking is a breeze. I'm going to run a quick speed test here to show you just how powerful the A18 chip is. Let's load up a few resource-heavy apps, run some benchmarks, and see what numbers we're working with. Okay, we're getting some crazy numbers here, higher than last year's iPhone models and even beating a lot of other smartphones on the market. For those who love to game, this phone is going to handle it no problem. Trust me, whether it's Call of Duty or Genshin Impact, this phone will give you a smooth experience. Camera test new features and quality. Okay, we know the iPhone is known for its camera quality, and Apple always delivers. But this time around, they've gone all in. The triple camera system is truly impressive. There's a 48 megapixels main sensor, a 12 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixels telephoto lens with up to 5x optical zoom. Let's take a few pictures and see how this camera performs in different lighting conditions. I'm going to take some shots in natural daylight, indoors, and in low light to really test its versatility. Check these out. First, in daylight, amazing sharpness, vibrant colors, and great detail in the shadows. Now, indoors, again, great low light performance. The night mode here is seriously impressive, with minimal noise and bright details. And of course, the portrait mode is absolutely stunning. I can tell you, this camera system is an absolute beast. Whether you're a casual photographer or a pro, this phone is going to be perfect for capturing those moments. Battery life and charging. Battery life is always a huge talking point with new iPhones, and Apple claims they've improved it with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The phone comes with a 4,500 mAh battery, which should give you all-day use, even with heavy use. I've been using it for a few hours now, and here's what I'm noticing: it's definitely lasting longer than my previous iPhone models. Streaming videos, browsing the web, and running apps, and I'm still at about 60%. So, I'm optimistic. And let's not forget the new 30W fast charging. Apple's improved the charging time significantly, so you can get about 50% charge in just 30 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Software and features. iOS 17. Okay, let's dive into iOS 17, the new operating system that comes with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. There are a ton of cool new features that I'm really excited to explore. The dynamic island is even more interactive now, and there's a ton of new customization options for the lock screen. You can change the font, colors, and even add widgets to make it uniquely yours. Also, iOS 17 introduces better integration with Apple's ecosystem. So, if you have an Apple Watch, AirPods, or even a MacBook, everything just works so seamlessly together. It's the kind of fluid experience that makes owning multiple Apple devices feel like second nature. Is the iPhone 16 Pro Max worth it? So, after spending some time with the iPhone 16 Pro Max, here are my final thoughts. If you're coming from an older iPhone or any other phone, the upgrade is definitely worth it. The A18 chip, the camera improvements, the new design, everything about this phone screams premium. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is, without a doubt, one of the best phones I've ever used. But if you already have the iPhone 15 Pro Max or something newer, is the upgrade worth it? Well, if you're someone who loves having the latest tech or you're a photographer, then yes. But if you're content with your current phone, you might want to wait for the next model. So, there you have it, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, unboxed, tested, and reviewed. What do you think? Are you excited about the new features, or do you think this is just another incremental upgrade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future tech reviews and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.